guys, welcome to another session of Marketer Access live live show for you guys on various channels: LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. I will be keeping an eye on the chats or the message field to see what might come in of questions. This is a session for you if you're a small business owner, if you are a marketer. We're here to just add some flavor to your day and maybe answer some questions. So if you do have questions, please pop them in whichever message field you have on the platform that you're tuning in from. I will be keeping an eye on that. Today's topic is very popular amongst clients, and I love talking about it as well. I feel like so many people tell me afterwards, oh, there were so many good tips. I haven't thought about this and that. So I'm very excited to share some insights on that as well. But as I mentioned, I will be keeping an eye on chat. So let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything you want me to elaborate on, and I'm happy to do so. So I'm going to give people a few minutes just to pop in. Today's topic is how to convert clicks to paying customers. I will put up a little presentation on it as well, taking away all the fun stuff that is cluttering our screen here. Really a great topic. Again, clients often, there's some quick wins that we're going to go through. There's quite a few things to think about. So I'm making sure that in the end, I'm also going to talk a little bit about how to approach this, how to prioritize it, and if you have limited time or money resources, which we all tend to have in some way or another, how to prioritize to actually convert clicks to my customers. A lot of people focus on converting clicks and then no generating clicks. No, they have to have traffic. We measure traffic to the website. We measure clicks on ads and clicks on posts, etc. But then it's all about how to generate clients out of that, because that's where the business comes from. And the more business we have, the more time and money we have to have fun generating more business and being more creative. So very excited about the topic. And I hope you are as well. Show me a message in the chat if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you want to know more about. A lot of people also watch this in replay. So if you do have any questions afterwards in a replay, please just pop them in from whichever platform or contact us directly, and we will make sure that we answer your questions. We do also have questions coming in during the weeks in between the live shows, and we will try to answer those questions as well. But if you do send us a question privately or publicly, we will make sure that your question is answered. So just inviting you to do that. Take advantage. This is a session for you. It's not for me. I'm really hoping to get some inspiration and being able to change something in your business with this. We are running Marketing Access every second week in English, every second Wednesday at this point. So you are welcome to join as often as you want and ask as many questions as you want. So let's dive into this, how to convert clicks into paying customers. And then who am I? Yes, well, we'll do the formalities. I run Pine Marketing. We're digital marketing agency, and we're based in Cape Town. Really passionate about helping business owners and also other marketers that might want to experience just some insights into broadening their horizon and really changing the industry of marketing, making marketing more efficient, not a waste of time. And that's also why we're obviously doing these live shows to make sure we can reach more people without having to charge for it. That's a little bit of the background. Let's dive into the focus today. Advertising your business normally generating clicks, but we generally find also that people are not satisfied with the conversions that is given. So they can see they're getting clicks on their ads, they're getting clicks on posts. Doesn't always have to be paid advertising, and they're getting traffic to their website. But then what? So people in general online are not necessarily ready to buy immediately when they get to the website. It's a little bit similar. You can also say the same for a shop. Say you go to a shopping center and you might browse the shops, you might not buy something straight away. And online, it's even more so because it's so easy to open a browser window, click on something, you're busy with something else, and just really going into things where you might have interest in buying, but you're not ready to buy there. And then lunch break, you might doing it while you're in a meeting. You might just click on something because you're interested, but you're not ready to buy. So it's a couple of things that you should start to think about is the ad that you're running or the post that you have out, the item that you're putting out there should lead the potential customer to a landing page or a page. We'll talk a little bit more about landing pages that is tailored to that potential buyer. Oh, and that sounds like, if that sounds like a lot, it really doesn't have to be that difficult, and we will talk about that as well and give some examples. But the point is that if the landing page is tailored, or the place that you drive the traffic to is tailored, so the page that you're directing, linking people to, if it's tailored, you already have increase your chances of those people becoming customers. We're talking about things you should do to increase the likelihood of someone becoming a customer, and there's a lot of tips along the way here, and they are important. You have to make sure that page makes it easy to buy or leave their contact details. And easy to buy is not just go here and shop here. It really needs to be tailored. You need to understand where people are at in their buyer's journey, because they do not buy immediately. And also, to be able to convert more visitors, you need a way to communicate with people over time. So people are not necessarily ready to buy there and then. And I think I have a stat here showing about 97% of people will not buy first interaction with your brand. Those stats, you find various versions of those stats online, but it's a very high percentage that do not buy the first time they click on something. You can just imagine yourself, you're browsing something on Facebook, you see an ad, you might click on it. Oh, that looks interesting, but I'm not really buying it right now. I'm just gonna see what it was about and go out. Doesn't mean you're not interested, just means you're not ready to buy. So to be able to communicate with people over time, we will talk a little bit about how many contact points you actually need as well, and you will probably be a little bit surprised. But to be able to do that, communicate with them, you need some kind of lead magnet. You need to attract them, give them something that makes them want to stay in touch with you. And we'll go through all of these things as well to really try to simplify this for you. And as promised, in the end, we will also go through a little bit of, or towards the end, how to prioritize these things that you should be working on. So it's a little bit not so overwhelming. You can see where you're at, and you can implement the things that will make an impact for you. So we have a few tools in our toolbox, and we're going to touch on all of them. We talked briefly about a lead magnet. We're going to dive a little bit more into what a lead magnet can be and how it can be used. But it's about attracting people to so you can stay in touch with them. Then we have lead capturing. If you don't capture leads, we'll dive a little bit more into that, because if you don't capture your leads, you can't communicate to them. We're going to talk about lead nurturing. We're going to briefly just mention the importance of a CRM system. There's various systems out there, so I'm not going to force you to use any specific one, but we're going to talk about the importance of it. We're going to talk a little bit about referral campaigns, low-hanging fruits, and knowing how to know when to follow up and knowing how to follow up on people to close the sale as well. We will also touch on lifecycle marketing, which a lot of these elements are a part of. Lifecycle marketing is just marketing throughout the buyer's journey and not only generating the clicks. So, but first, you do need to generate traffic to your website or wherever you need to drive your traffic to. It can be a landing page as well. I'm not going to talk about every single option that you have, because it's going to be a completely session in its own. And this is generally a topic where you find a lot of information and tips online. But you have to generate. It's an important step as well. You have to generate the right traffic to your website. A few methods to do that can be through organic content, often referred to as search engine optimization. It can be on your website. It can be blog posts, content that is appealing to a potential buyer, and that can rank on Google. So when someone is searching for something on Google, your page can come up. You also have on social media and use of hashtags, etc. You have various ways to generate organic content. So what is organic content? It's stuff that you don't put money behind, not add money. So you will spend maybe money and effort on creating it, but you're not putting ad spend on it. Then we have ads or advertisements. Some of the common platforms would be Google. So you run Google ads, and other and social medias are also popular ways to advertise. Social media is the now called meta platforms. You can have LinkedIn, you can have TikTok, Snapchat, various social medias that is falling under that bracket. The two mentioned here categories are a little bit different. Google, you will find people searching for something relating to you or your services. On social media, you are placing your services in front of other people. So a little bit of nuances. Remember, and is a very important lesson or learning in this session as well, a click is not a sale, because that is what we want to change. And a like is not a sale. So you have to measure them, you have to have them, but they're not a sale. So the process does not stop with a like or a click. Very few people are ready to buy the first time they visit your page. Very, very, very few. If you are expecting people to buy straight away, sorry to say, you will be disappointed. So through this session, we're going through some tips and tricks on how to, what you can do to improve that. Lead capturing. Let me take my picture away so you can see the whole thing going on at the bottom here. A little graphic. There we are. Oh, so 96. This was the stats I was referring to earlier. 96% of your website visitors will most likely not buy the first time they visit your website. Again, there's various stats around this. You might find nuances in these stats, but let's say a great amount of your website visitors will not buy first time they visit your website. You will see this from if you're measuring through Google Analytics, if you're getting other kind of Wix stats about how much traffic you have on your page, and you say, oh, I have so many visitors, but where's the sales? People do not buy straight away. So it's a process to make that happen. And we have to be aware of that process to be able to do anything about it. You must make sure you have the opportunity to interact with people over time so that you can remind them of the value that they were actually interested in you or your product or your services. And you can communicate with them about that. They did visit your website for a reason, and you want to remind them of that reason. Then lead capturing is a very important part of conversion, because you are generating an actual lead. So lead generation is the process of generating traffic and capturing contact information from potential customers. You can't just generate the traffic. That is not lead capturing. You need to also, you can't just generate the traffic. To generate a lead, you also need to capture the information. A little graphic illustrating such a process is at the bottom, where you have a Facebook ad leading to a click. The click is leading to a landing page. The landing page captures the lead. We are nurturing the leads into a new client. See this whole process of this, but don't worry, we will go through these steps one at a time. But you see how important each of these elements is a step to converting into a client. If you're missing one of these, you are greatly reducing the chance of converting clicks into customers. How do you collect the contact information? It can be through web forms, it can be through landing pages, it can be through competitions, various ways you can collect the contact information. Often you will need the lead magnets. You'll have to give something of value to get someone's contact details. But examples can be discount codes, free information, free add-ons, ebooks. I will show a specific example of how an ebook lead capture can look like in a system. So it's a various ways you can do it. But the important thing is that it's done. Quickly going to run through this just to mention the importance of having a system and one such system as well. Again, there's many systems out there, so you don't have to use the one that we're using, but it's just we are partners with those, so we will use them and we will mention them. To capture contact details, you need a system to store and segment information, and we will, through this presentation, talk about the importance of doing that. Again, it does not have to be Keep that we are mentioning here. You can use any system for this. I just want to mention the importance of it. The system should allow you to store, segment, and automate processes, easy lead capture, easy lead magnets. It should really be a system that helps you just do all the things you need to do to convert clicks into customers. I don't want to spend too much time on this slide, but just mentioning by segmenting your contacts, you are more able to focus on the conversion process in the right way. You can focus on the right upselling, adding repeat customers, and nurture customers much more easily than if you're trying to do that manually. So having a system, you don't really have to use Keep, but you can use Keep if you want to. So let's skip on to the next slide. Landing pages. They help you capture leads. It's a really important part of lead capture. They can be much more ad specific. They can, if you have a landing page on your website, generally about a service, you can have a landing page much more targeted towards the ad that you're running. Example, if you have accounting service, now you're targeting hairdressers specifically. You can create a landing page that is not on your web page. Generally, obviously, on your web page, you're talking about your accounting services and how good you are and what's included and answer the questions. But you can also create a landing page much more targeted towards hairdressers. The pictures can be a little bit more about hairstyles, and the colors can be slightly nuanced, and you can have examples of in the text on how you specifically help hairdressers and what are the benefits of hairdressers. Then you can copy that landing page and do exactly the same thing for construction industries. You also supply accounting services to construction companies. Now you want to change the imagery up a little bit, not have hair. You want to have more construction-related pictures and examples that you are giving for the benefits. We'll talk to the construction company. So instead of having all of those on your website, you can have landing pages, and you just copy and paste your landing pages and you adjust them. This really increases the chances of you capturing someone's contact details. So they should be it's an important step of converting clicks into customers. Keep has a landing page builder in it. Other systems might also have landing page builders in them. I do recommend to have a system that has them included, because then you automatically have your landing pages taking contacts into your CRM and you're nurturing, etc. So landing pages, add specific landing pages is one of the keys to converting clicks into customers. Just pull some examples up here. This is an example that we created for ourselves for a specific webinar we were running. A great way to use landing pages is to run when you run webinars and having people sign up. Here's some ebooks that you can download, some templates. I just fetched these templates from Keep Landing Page Builder. And here you have mockup, another good example of how to run use landing pages. If you have specific offers for people that maybe came through a specific ad. So you don't want to have that offer open on your website. Then you can put it out on a landing page. Here is an example of that. We have one-time offer to sell a specific product, and you have that on a landing page. You don't have to have it publicly on your webpage. A very good thing to use in a conversion process, to have specific offers. Also very exclusive. Just going to show you an example of how lead capture can work. This is a templated campaign that we give to people that buy Keep from us, or if they're coaches and consultants, where you download and have a landing page for an ebook. We automatically deliver the ebook. If people click to download the ebook, they go into a nurturing campaign, and we're going to talk about nurturing, how important that is to convert clicks into customers. So here is the automated process. So if someone is requesting this ebook, we don't really have to put any effort into it. The system is doing it for us. Just an example of how this can also be used. You can use a tool to improve the process of converting clicks into clients. Lead nurturing, really a gap for a lot of the clients that we work with, or people that I talk to. It can be quite overwhelming. My biggest tip here is to start and then improve. I always say go for 80% and work from there, rather than thinking that you have to have the perfect lead nurturing. If you're starting on nothing, already doing something is better than doing nothing. I'm hearing from Charlie. Charlie from Facebook. We're about to launch a business in Norway. You obviously, Charlie, picked up that Pine Tree Marketing is a bunch of Scandinavians as well. So looking forward to hear what you are about to launch. Let me know about that. Very exciting. Hopefully we can have a chat about that anyway. Probably have some insights for you on running business in Norway. So lead nurturing is really important to converting clicks to customers. A couple of, again, I'm not going to talk about everything that is lead nurturing. I'm going to highlight a few simple steps. Retargeting and email marketing. Retargeting is advertising to people that are already aware of your business. It's very valuable because people have already visited your website. So now you're advertising to people that there are more chance of actually being interested in buying. So it's a great way to advertise. And some people might think, oh, but I already paid money for the first click to get them to my website. Why would I spend money on advertising to them again? Because people were not ready to buy. So now you're only spending ad money on people that are interested in your services. So retargeting is a very valuable way of running ads. Email marketing as well, and I immediately had to say, do not spam people. But email marketing, if you're doing it properly, is one of the most cost-effective ways to keep in touch with contacts and prospects. It's also proven to still be very effective. You have to send the right information to at the right time to the right people. So you have to understand your target group and send them the right information. If you are using a tool, it really helps you to do that right, because you will know which ad did they come from, which landing page did they come from, what did they show interest in, what should I be telling them. And setting up automation, I highly recommend as well. Again, using a tool is super beneficial when it comes to converting clicks into customers, because you can create repetitive processes where you don't have to do it all the time. It really frees up a lot of time and it helps you systemize it. So that is really that element down here that is nurturing is essential for creating new clients. And lead nurturing, if we go a little bit more into emails, it's not only newsletters. A lot of people do a newsletter to a bunch of people on their list. But what is really efficient is when you start to segment your list into various segments. So say my example with accounting for hairdressers might be one segment. Accounting for construction business might be a different segment. Or in our instance, we have people might be interested in CRM and email marketing, or maybe someone is only interested in CRM, someone is interested in email marketing, someone is interested in social media marketing, someone is interested in LinkedIn marketing, someone is interested in strategies. We can really specialize our newsletters to have super relevant information to the person receiving. And I did have a question coming in a couple of weeks ago saying, but should I spend time on doing that? Doesn't this take a lot of time? It does take time, but can you afford not to do it? Can you afford not to get those clients by not doing it? So make sure you put things in systems so it makes it easier for you to not spend too much time on it. This is where, don't be scared of systems. They really, really help you. I really recommend it. The standardized monthly newsletters might not be the right way to go. Tailor and streamline your communications. Know who people are, what are their interests, and understand your potential buyers. Trigger campaigns. The trigger campaign is an automation that is something like, if this happens, do this. Like my ebook automation that I showed you. If someone leaves the details on this landing page, then send them the ebook and then put them into nurturing if they download the ebook. Automated, guys, can't say this enough. Using automation is really key to make this happen. If not, you cannot systemize your sales processes. It's very difficult to systemize your sales process. I'll correct that. It really frees up a lot of time. Don't forget to nurture your actual customers as well. There's a lot of potential in repeat orders and additional purchases and recommendations. So really understand the value of not ignoring your existing clients. This is, as you will see when we go into the how to prioritize a little bit later, is that when we work with clients, that is one of the first things that we look at. Do you have existing clients? And we maximize the potential on your existing clients, all the different ways that we can make more business happen from your existing business. So don't forget those. Measure the effects. Again, using a system really, really helps you here, but I'm not going to force you to do anything. But identify offers that seems to convert. Try those things again. Don't think that I ran that once and yes, it worked and I can't run it again. Try things again. Always look for ways to improve. Try different things as well. If something worked well for one segment, maybe you can try it for another as well. If you have two services and a infographic seem to really capture a lot of leads, try that for a different service as well. See if it's the same. Test, look for ways to improve. Know when to follow up. So this is some interesting stats that I'm going to show you. And this stat here is coming from quite a few years ago. I had a sales manager that had these stats, showed us these stats. And it really made a mark, because working with sales as well, I know that this happens. Working and implementing sales systems for clients, I know that this happens. So it's truth. If you are insulted by these stats, please don't be. They're there to help, and maybe you're the exception. We always say that, but it's some interesting stats, and I'm going to repeat some of them. But the point is that how to know when to follow up. Spend time on leads that are ready to buy. Make it easy to buy, and remember to follow up on leads. People think that, but I follow up on all my leads. You will be surprised. Every time we help a client implement a CRM system, lead capturing, they realize how many leads fall through the cracks. And that is some of the background for these stats as well. The first one is 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. There's variations of these statistics, obviously, but this is something I was presented by my sales manager, as mentioned. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Why don't they do that? A lot of people have commissions, etc. One of the biggest reasons is because there is no system for sales to follow up. So it really is essential. to follow up on all the prospects. Already there, you're losing out half of the business. Jumping a little bit, only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Why is that stat interesting? Why do we need to make more than 3 contacts? If we're looking at the bottom of these stats, now I'm going to put the bottom 2 together. 90% of sales are made on the 4th to the 12th contact, also above the 4th contact. 10% of salespeople reach that. 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts, while 90% of sales are made after the third contact. You see, there's a lot of potential here. Just in understanding that you need to follow up properly, there's a lot of potential on converting more clicks into clients. So really, really think about this. And the reason why this often happens, again, is because people don't have a system in place to do it. They might be working in Excel sheets, they might be working in their Outlook or their mailbox, and it just really is not ideal for converting clicks into customers. There's obviously a lot of systems out there. I do use, as you will see, I have examples from Keep, which is one of the systems that we are partner of, so we can get you really good deals on it. But there's also a lot of other systems. Some of you guys might have systems, but just use the system. It's the most important thing for me, because you can systemize your sales process. Wow your customers. So this is about spending time on your customers. And you will see in the prioritizing that we're going to after this, the importance of this. Your existing customers really is a source of repeat customers and to get new customers. And we will look at that on the next slide as well, how to work them. But you need to wow them. Offer something additional value. Give them something they didn't expect. That can be information, it can be knowledge, it can be some free add-on services, it can be some free availability. I love doing that. I love adding on surprise add-ons, free add-ons, and being available for free. So when someone becomes a client, I love giving them some extra for free that they did not expect. I love having them saying, wow, I didn't expect that. And I don't tell them in advance, but it's really, really how to wow customers. It's so satisfying when a client is overly happy. You can demonstrate authenticity. You can add also to wow, you can add a personal note, promptly respond to complaints. I highly recommend that anyway, and say thank you. The small act of saying thank you is something we make sure that all our clients have in place if we have anything to say on that, because it's such a small thing that can generate, surprisingly enough, generate business, and you generate contact and you generate a relationship by doing that. So really, really some simple tricks to wow your customers. It does not have to cost you a fortune, but I promise you, this is low-hanging fruit. It's a lot of potential in your existing clients. Why? Because they can give you reviews, which will give you more customers. New customers check your reviews, what other people think about you, and your existing customers can give you referrals. So they will, I will talk to a friend and they'll say, oh, I need some new blinds. Do you have anyone that you use for blinds? And they'll say, oh yeah, I use that and that person. And now I have a referral. Someone referred them to me. Someone referred me to them, and I will contact them for the blinds. So referrals is a really, really great way to get new business because you already recommend it. So you already have a little bit of trust with your potential buyers. So how do you ask for reviews and referrals? Really, really awkward. I highly recommend to automate it, and I do that myself because I don't like to do it. But follow up with your customers after a purchase. Make sure that you know if they're unhappy or happy. I will show you an example of how we do this after the slide. So know if their customer is happy or unhappy. Ask for reviews on platforms where your customers are most active. So be conscious about where you ask for reviews. Don't ask them to choose between 40 different channels, because they will be very confused and you won't do it. If your lead came through Facebook, maybe ask them for a review on Facebook. If most of your clients are coming on Twitter, maybe ask for a review on Twitter. If you really want to build up your Google reviews, ask for reviews on Google. Don't give them too many options. Make it super, super easy. Automate it, ideally. Have referral campaigns. Give maybe happy clients incentive to refer you. If you have a client referred to you, you're so much more likely to close that business, and you don't have to spend money on ads. You don't have to spend a lot of money and time on acquiring that client. Give that money that you didn't have to spend on ad to the customer that referred them to you. Really builds a great relationship. It increases the chances for them doing it again. And then automate it. Again, I'll show you in the next slide how to automate it. An example that gives you just a little bit of insights to what it can look like. So this, don't be scared of all the dots and lines here. This is an example of how a create customer loyalty campaign looks in Keep. This is a template again that we give clients that are using Keep. When we have a new client, we send them 2 emails asking if they're happy or not. If they answer in the first email, they don't get the second email. If they are satisfied, we follow up with the review campaign and referral campaign. If they are neutral, we have a specialized campaign for that, if they're neutral. If they're dissatisfied, we immediately notify ourselves and create a task to follow up with them so we can correct that experience. Correcting a negative experience is one of the easiest ways to get a positive review afterwards. So that is how this can be automated. You don't really have to ask for these reviews, these referrals. Figure out if the client is happy or not. And depending on now what they click on in the email, we will follow up appropriately. So this will be a typical trigger campaign triggered by someone becoming a client. Then we send some emails, and triggered by what they answer, we follow up appropriately. So just an example of that, how that looks like. So how to convert clicks to customers. You should be using a tailored landing page. You should have a great lead magnet so you can capture someone's details. And you really need to have a targeted nurturing campaign. Does it sound overwhelming? You're here to understand how to convert clicks to customers. This is the things you need to work on. And I will show you on the next slide how to prioritize it. Then don't forget the bonus is get more business on existing clients. That's actually where you start. We will see that coming up. To make sure that you have more business, so you know that you can generate more business, you get more money to spend on generating the other things that you need to do. So we will see that in the just going to quickly go through life cycle marketing, what it is. It's just putting all the things that we've been talking about together. It's taking a potential buyer all the way through to sales. Not everyone will buy, but this is the processes that you need to put in place to increase that percentage of people going through. You need to generate new traffic. Most people know that. You need to capture your new leads from that traffic. You need to systemize the sales conversion. Now we're over on the blue section here. You need to make it easy to purchase and re-engage unconverted leads. There's no point of sitting with a massive list and building a list that you're not re-engaging if they don't buy. You need to deliver and wow your clients, and you need to create upsells and get referrals. In here as well, you have long and short-term nurture of prospects and customers. Then how to prioritize. You might not be able to see the text here. You might be able to see it depending on your screen size. If you want any of these graphics afterwards, you are happy to let me know and I will send it to you. But this is how we work on prioritizing the work of lifecycle marketing, which is basically helping you to generate more business out of your clicks. So how to prioritize. First thing that we look at is, do you have existing business? Do you have existing clients? Do you have existing leads? We work on re-engaging that list because that is normally the cheapest way for you to start getting more revenue out of the work that you put in. So we start with re-engaging existing list. Then we look at very quickly, are we capturing leads from your traffic, the existing traffic that you have, not generating more traffic, but from the existing traffic that you have, are we capturing the lead well? All the leads, and it can be various way you capture leads. It can be from ads, website, all that stuff. Are you capturing the leads that you need to capture? Then we also at the same time look at, are we systemizing you need to systemize your sales conversion. These are super important elements to convert clicks into customers. That is the ultimate goal. And you see, we prioritize this super early. We see a lot of our clients that we work with that don't have this in place. And again, it does not have to be perfect. Start, then move on from there. Is one of the things obviously we do when we help clients as well. But this is how we prioritize. This is how I recommend that you prioritize if you're going to do it yourself as well. Number 3, deliver a great customer experience. And some people might ask me, why do you care about the customer? Why do you as a marketer worry about the customer experience, how we deliver? Because it's essential for us to get more business out of your existing business. So we care about it. We don't only care about generating the clicks, we care about generating business. We care about generating more business. That's why it's called life cycle marketing. We also market to existing clients. So deliver a stellar customer experience is part of that. And now we're down here on prioritizing number 3. Number 4 and 5, ask happy customers for referrals. We only ask happy customers because we don't want to have unhappy customers. We want to rather correct that. We are definitely looking into upselling to existing clients. Are we utilizing the full potential of your existing clients? Making it easier to purchase. We always, even if we just have the responsibility of creating ads for our clients, we look at where are we driving the traffic to? Is it a great landing page as well? Is it capturing well? Is it easy to purchase? Are we sending people to a web page where the buy button is too hidden, or there's too many options, or it's not optimized? Make it easy to purchase. We always look at that. We're not going to force anyone to do anything about it, but we're going to highlight that this is an area of improvement. So we're generally not that good at criticizing our own processes. So it could be good to get some external person to evaluate it. If you ask your husband or your wife or your best friend or someone, don't ask the one that will just cheer you up. Ask someone that will actually be critical of your processes, because that's when you get you do want constructive feedback. You don't want just to cheer you on about what you already have, because then you can't improve. Nurture your prospects and customers. So schedule regular communication, keep your list up to date, what's news, what's exciting. Make sure you send the relevant information. Make sure segment your target group. Your database, you can send relevant information, because that is also key. Often can be emails, and making sure that your emails are not spam. So nurture your prospects and customers, and then all the way at the end, then we look at generating new traffic. We're not starting with that. We want to make sure that your process is in place to convert that new traffic into customers before we're going to spend a lot of time and money and strategizing around generating new traffic. If we have the process in place, we have much more chance of success on that, of converting that new traffic that we generate. So that is really the last on the list to generate new traffic. I bet a lot of you, because this is what we experience quite a bit, is that people are doing this. They're generating new traffic and they're wondering, why is nothing happening? Well, you see all the stuff that you're missing in the frontier. And I'm not saying you're not doing it, but from experience, we know that a lot of people, a lot of businesses don't have this in place. And it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be advanced, but just Don't ignore it. Start at a level that you can do or ask for help. We at Pine Tree Marketing, we do help with obviously all of these parts of the processes. So ask for help, or if you already have someone, show this to a marketer or an agency, show this to them and ask them to help you put this in order, or do it yourself. This is the tools. This is the prioritizing that we recommend that you do. You can take it yourself and do it, or you can use your department, or you can ask for help, or you can ask us for help. Do whatever is suitable for you. But this is the key to convert more of your clicks into clients, which is ultimately what you want. So to get you started, just to summarize a little bit, understand the value of lifecycle marketing. Understand that people are going through a process before they buy. A click doesn't buy straight away. I do highly recommend to get a CRM and automation tool, but any tool to help you stay organized. I focused on tool to help you stay organized. Excel is not good enough. Sorry, guys, for the people that have Excel. Really not good enough. I'm all about this is the tips that you need to convert more clicks into customers. You don't have to use what we're using. You don't have to use the tool that we're recommending and that we partner with. Most important thing, a tool to help you stay organized, because that's where your leads fall through the cracks. And that is where, if you have a very manual process, where you're not going to get it done. So it's all about getting it done. Then number 3, get started with the basics. Do you have a good definition of your ideal customers? Are you driving traffic to a page set up to convert? Are you communicating what the potential client want to hear, or are you communicating what you want to tell them? A lot of us are communicating to our prospects what we want to tell them, not necessarily what they want to hear, because we struggle to put ourselves in their shoes. And are you following up? Had the stats earlier, importance of following up. So it's really, really important to get the basics right. I will give you a little tool here so you can see where you're at. Let me see here. I have a few tools, the free tools. Here is a resource which is around, and obviously you can just pause and you can see this later. You can go through review. You can check this link out. This is a tool to help you define your target group and messaging. It doesn't give you messaging. You have to put in the effort, but it asks you a few questions that helps you to be critical and really ask yourself the right questions to get there. If you're not answering the questions properly, the tool is not going to do it for you. So you have to put in the effort. I also have a really good article. It's not ours. I just wanted to share it on how to write for the customers. It's really, really short. It's a very, very good investment to read it. It's literally less than a page. And at the bottom, it gives you some reflections that you can use straight away. And this short article really summarizes a lot what I tell people when I talk to people about how to write for the client. So let me just take my presentation down, and I will just so I can talk to you as well. So it's a good article on how to write to the client, get yourself and what you want to say out of your head and talk better for the client, and that's going to help you convert clicks to customers. Then obviously the one that I showed you a couple of times as well is Keep. We are a partner of Keep. You can use any tool. Really, you don't have to use the one that we're recommending and that we're partners with, but you will see through this link if you want to try it. I'm not gonna obviously prevent you from trying it. The link will give you a month free, but we also know that no tool is better than the implementation. Still have to set the stuff up. So with this link, you will see that there's quite a lot of extra assets around training, free, obviously. Told you that value of giving clients extra stuff for free. So there's a lot of free extra additional resources if you want it. Then if you just also a reminder to follow us, we try to share tips and tricks. You will see when we have our live sessions again. Like I said, this marketer access is every second week in English. And I do welcome you. Send in any questions that you might have. Really, this session is for you. It's if you're a small business owner, if you're a marketer, anyone that really cares about digital marketing, if it's for their own business, or if it's for their own marketing department, or if they want to grow their skills, this is really for you. So I do recommend that if you have any questions, you pop them in the chat, or you can also contact us directly. I think I have a slide here as well. Let me just show you my presentation again. Here, a few ways that you can contact us is via email. You will see our email here. You will see obviously our Facebook. If you are watching this on Facebook, you will already know our page. Please follow it. If you're watching from LinkedIn, you will already know our page. You can also find me as a person on LinkedIn and Ines Rose of Ingram. If you're on YouTube, you can also following us from YouTube. You can also find us there. But if you have any questions, please contact us. We try to be super generous with all advice all the time. So I really recommend that you utilize that if you want to. But I am very excited to hear from you as well. What did you find interesting with these sessions? Was it any new learning? Even if you're watching it replay, love hearing what is an eye opener. And also, where do you think you will start in your business? You know, this is about you and your business. I want to hear what step is going to be your next one. And also, like by you doing that, is that you are verbalizing, as you're saying, so you're indirectly also saying to yourself, what are you going to do? So I'm excited to hear what you're going to do. I invite you to be in touch. And I can't wait to hear what your business can do. And remember, prioritizing, focus. If you have existing business, take the potential out of that, because that really gives you that extra benefit to money or time to focus on the things that might cost you money, and stay organized with a system. I really recommend it. Those Excel sheets, they don't work for you. So wish you all the best and have a great day further, and looking forward to see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.